Tanvi, you want to go? Sanvi, you want to unmute and start? Yeah.
श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we had a few people do it. Anyone else? Sareen and Soham, you want to go?
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्.
Very good. Okay. Did Darsh also remember? I didn't see Darsh recording.
श्री चैतन्य
Yeah, do.
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्.
Very good. Hari bol. Navya, go ahead.
चैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्.
Good. Who else is there who has remembered and not recited yet? Anyone else left? Anyone wants to recite from memory? Okay, so I think we will go ahead with the class. We'll start then. So whatever you remember, you can say along.
Let's go ahead.
Hari bol. We'll start with the Mangalacharan prayers. Again, the first, so remember today the Kahoot is going to be about the first two shlokas of Mangalacharan and the class that Mataji did last time, and maybe one or two questions from what the class we do today. Okay, so listen carefully. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Svitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarane Mukam Karoti we'll stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone unmute and together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So, so we read the first two parts of the Mangalacharan last few times. And actually, the first part is called as Shri Guru Pranati. So this is prayer to the spiritual master. The second part is Shri Rupa prayers. It's prayers to Shri Rupa Goswami. And then the Mangalacharan, that is basically something auspicious that we speak before starting any class or any spiritual endeavor, is this part that is called. So the next part that we are going to do, so that is what is called as Mangalacharan. Or it is done at the start of any um, auspicious thing that we do, any auspicious endeavor that we are undertaking or doing. Before that, we start the Mangalacharan. Okay. Okay. So this one, let's do the pronunciation. Okay. We'll do the meaning next time. We'll focus on the pronunciation this time, and we'll do the meaning next time. Okay. We'll do it under two parts so that you'll have 2 weeks to remember this part. Okay. So you can all speak behind me. I'll say it once and then you follow behind me. Vandeham Shri Guru
Vandeham Shri Guru
Shri Yuta Padakamalam
Sriyuta Kamalam
Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha
Shri Guru Vaishnava
Shri Rupam Sagrajatam
Shri Rupa Sarvajata
Sahagana Raghunath Tam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam
Sadvaitam
Parijana Sahitam
Parijana Sahitam
Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Shri Radha Krishna Padan
Shri Krishna
Sahagana Lalita
Sagana Lalita
Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha
Shri
Okay, once more, I'm going to say a slightly longer part this time, each time, okay? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Tanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Shri Radha Krishna Padan
Shri
Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha
Sagana
Okay, this time we are going to speak the whole lines. Okay, ready? Okay. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथ तन्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च
श्रीराधा
Krishna
Now we are going to say two lines together. Okay. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Vitam Tam Sajivam
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamlam
Shri Guru
Vaishnavam
Shri Sagana Raghunath
Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha
Shri Radha
Now you're going to say the whole thing together. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha
Rupam Sugaratam Sajivam Sahitam
Hey, Hari Bol. Okay. So, you all have done a very good job remembering the first two parts. Next, for the next 2 weeks, you can remember this part. We'll do this again next time along with the meanings. Okay. Anyone wants to do just the recitation by themselves this time with seeing? Anyone wants to try by themselves? I can't see if anyone has hands up, probably because no one has hands up. Okay, Navya has. Navya, you want to try? Okay, go ahead.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raguna Tanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri
Shri Radha
Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha
Krishna. Yes. So try to remember in the same tune if possible, because it becomes easy. The mind it is easier for the mind to remember things if it is associated with a tune. So sometimes you'll think, some songs or something, you'll just remember the tune. You may not remember the words, but it's easier to remember the tune. So that's a way to remember shlokas as well as different things, that you try to remember it in the same tune that you practice in. Okay. So what I can do is I'll tell you the tune once more, and then you all can try. Whoever wants to try in the similar tune. Okay. So two places where you say in the longer word is Sagrajatam and Krishna Padan. So when so notice these two words when I say them in a different tune. In a longer, you drag the tune out in this one. Okay. So it is Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. Okay. So and the ones that are hyphenated, they're usually spoken together. The words which are hyphenated. So like we say, Vandeham Shri Guru. So it's like Shri Guru is together almost. It's hyphenated. This is called as a hyphen, this little thing. So, and similarly, it's Shri Yuta Padakamalam. It's almost like said as one word, right? Together almost. Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha. So you have to remember where the breaks are. So this is almost divided into three parts. First is Vandeham Shri Guru. Second part is Shri Yuta Padakamalam. Then third part is Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha. So like that. So you divide it, then it becomes easier. And then again, this part is the longer one. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam. So notice that this is spoken as in the same tune as this fourth one. Shri Radha Krishna Padan. Right? So this second line, first part, and the fourth line per first part are similar in their tune. And then Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam. Similarly here, Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. Okay, so that's how you remember the tune, and this way it is easier to remember these shlokas or any of these things. Okay, anyone else wants to try?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm just going to interject just for a minute. I just want to request humbly to all the kids, thank you for joining. But when Prabhuji is talking, we have to give listening ears, okay? This is for our benefit, for our purification. So please do not chit chat in the chat unless you've been specifically asked to reply or respond. And I see that there are some new faces that have joined, and thank you for joining. So we will, as soon as Prabhuji finishes, we will kind of, get the new kids to introduce themselves. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, Sareen or Soham, you want to go ahead and try?
Hare Krishna. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavacha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sahagana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam Sadhavitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishankam Sritam Cha.
Okay, Hari Bol. Good. Anyone else wants to try? So we'll go ahead for today. Again, we'll do it again next week, and then we'll also focus on the meaning at that time. Today we'll go on with the story next, and then the discussion, and then we'll go on to Kahoot then afterwards. So let's see.
Do you want me to
Um,
share the screen, Prabhuji, for the story?
um, yes, Mataji, sure, go ahead. Is my screen still visible or is it your screen now, Mataji?
I'm just. Can you all see? Can you see the screen? Huh?
Yes, yes.
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 Hare Krishna. Okay. So, yes, who is new? We want to know who is new. Shilpa Chaube. You want to introduce yourself?
Ah,
Hare Krishna. So, where are you from?
Harvest,
And which state?
Texas.
Harvest, Texas. Okay. How far is that from like Dallas or Houston?
I'm in Dallas.
You're in Dallas. Okay. So, Harvest is a suburb of Dallas.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. And how old are you?
8.
8. Okay. So let's see. And anyone else who is joining for the first time?
I think her name is not Shilpa, is it?
No, that's
Not.
that's
What
my
is your-
mom's name,
Okay, what is your name?
Anaya.
Anaya.
Anaya. Okay, Anaya. Do you know how to change your name on this screen, on the Zoom screen, Anaya?
No.
Oh, okay. You can ask your mom next time when you get a chance, and then you can change your name here to your name and city. That is ideal. If we can all, if we can change our name, um, then that will be good, helpful for everyone to know where you're joining from. Okay, like I see Tane Collierville, that's like perfect. I know Tane is there and I know he's joining from Collierville. Even state is better, so you can say Collierville, Tennessee is even better. Okay, thank you everyone. So we'll start with the reading of from the Krishna book. So this is chapter 4 that we are doing now. Okay, so now we had read last time was chapter 3, in which the wind demon Trinavrata had come and Krishna had put him to the floor, to the ground, and killed him like that. He was about 1.5 years by that time. And after that, we had read how Krishna and Balram used to play in the uh, backyard of Nand Maharaj. And everyone, all the gopis and everyone would be very happy looking at the wonderful pastimes of Krishna playing in the dirt. And he would hold on to the cow's tail, and the cow will get scared that who's holding on to me, and the cow will start running around, the calf will start running around the backyard, and Krishna will be dragged along with the tail of the cow. So we read all those beautiful pastimes, and then the butter eating, the stealing of the butter pastime, Makhan Chor pastime of Krishna. And then he used to feed the monkeys. So you know what Krishna and Balram used to do? They used to feed the monkeys. They used to get to the pots, break the pots, and feed the monkeys. And when the they were all full, all the gopas were full, and then all the monkeys were also full, and then they will not eat anymore. And Krishna will say, when the gopis will come to scold them, they'll say, "Oh, why would I eat your butter? Your butter is not tasty. Even the monkeys are not eating it. I'm giving it to these monkeys, and even they don't eat it because they're all taken to their heart's content." So that's how they would tease the gopis who would come. Okay. So next, we'll go to the next chapter, which is Krishna opens his mouth. So one day, all the boys joined Balram to tell Mother Yashoda that Krishna had eaten clay. Mother Yashoda caught Krishna's hand and asked, "My dear Krishna, is this true? Have you been eating dirt?" Krishna said, "Balram and my friends are speaking lies against me. I have not eaten any dirt. If you think they are telling the truth, then please Look inside my mouth and see for yourself. So Krishna would say like that to his mother when people will come and they were telling on Krishna that he had eaten dirt. So what happened? So Yashodama, what did she do? She made Krishna open her mouth and said, he opened his mouth for her just like a good boy. Then Mother Yashoda saw the most wonderful things inside that mouth. She saw mountains, islands, oceans, planets, air, fire, moon, stars, the whole universe and outer space in all the directions. Along with all these things, she also saw herself with Krishna sitting on her lap, drinking milk. She thought, is this really happening? Or am I dreaming? Then, confused, she simply thought of Krishna as her own child in her lap. She hugged him and gave him a big kiss. So, what happened here? Mother Yashoda got a little bewildered because what was happening? Because the Krishna's friends and brother Balram, they all said Krishna has eaten dirt, so you should look into his mouth. He's eating dirt, clay. So Mother Yashoda, being a mother, was worried about him that he'll get sick if he eats dirt. So that's why she made him open his mouth, and then it was such a wonderful thing that she saw in his mouth, right? She saw all these outside planets, sun, moon, oceans. How can ocean be in somebody's mouth, right? All the oceans were there in his mouth, all the seas, there were mountains inside the mouth. And even she saw the big earth, and then she saw that she's sitting in Vrindavan, and then she saw herself sitting in Vrindavan with Krishna in her lap, in the mouth of Krishna. Can you believe it? That's so amazing. And then she started actually thinking, what is happening? Is this only a supreme person, only the Lord can do something like this? But she was bewildered because she always thought about him as his son. And now what was happening? So, but Krishna, by the activities of Yog Maya, which is none other than Radha Rani, by magic, by Krishna's magic, he made Yashoda mother forget all about what she had seen, because she didn't want his mother, to think about him as the Lord, because Krishna doesn't like it actually as much as he loves the pure motherly love of Mother Yashoda. So he does not want her to think about of him as the supreme Lord. He actually wants him to think of him just like a little child. So Krishna made Yashodama forget all of this and just think about him as a little child sitting in his lap, and she just hugged him and gave him a big kiss as his little child. So that was the next story, and we'll go ahead and keep going then. And Sheetal Mataji, please continue with the next part.
Krishna. All right. So the next story is about Mother Yashoda tying Krishna with a rope. So what happened? Once upon a time, two demigods, okay, named Nalkuvera and Manigriva, went into Lord Shiva's garden next to Mandakini river. So Lord Shiva's garden, Lord Shiva lives in Kailash. Okay, so it appears there's a river called as Mandakini with a garden next to it. And there were two demigods. Who were they? Nal Kuvera and Manigriva. So they went into the river, they went into the garden, and they drank a lot of liquor and enjoyed listening to the women singing there. Then they went into the river, which was full of lotus flowers, and enjoyed themselves just like mad elephants splashing in the water. Unexpectedly, the great sage Narad happened to come that way. The two demigods, sons of Kuvera, did not even cover their naked bodies properly, nor did they pay their respectful obeisances unto him. To teach them a lesson, Narad turned them into trees in the place which would become the garden of Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda. So, after many, many years of living as trees, they would be able to see Krishna face to face and be good devotees to the Lord again. So, now who were Nal Kuvera and Manigriva? They were sons of Kuvera. And what they did was they were, they went into that garden, went to the river, and they were just enjoying themselves, playing around, and it's described like mad elephants splashing in the water, so they were really wild. So, and the great sage Narad came. So when senior people come to our homes, what do? We always offer our respects and obeisances. So when Narad came there, these two demigods, they did not even, they were in the river without clothes, and they did not even cover their body, nor did they offer any obeisances. So what did Narad do? So to teach them a lesson, what should be the right etiquettes, when somebody visits you, especially like a senior person, a senior devotee like Narada, he turned them into trees. Okay, and those they lived there as trees for long, long time. And they will say, like, we'll see also how long they lived as trees. But where was that place? That place was the garden of Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda. What happens next? One fine morning, 36,000 years later, see, that's a lot of years, Mother Yashoda was making butter. Krishna climbed into her lap to drink her breast milk. She smiled, enjoying the beauty of his face. Now, suddenly, she remembered the milk on the stove in the kitchen, which was about to boil over. Quickly, she put Krishna down on the ground and ran to the kitchen to take the milk off the fire. Now, Krishna had not finished drinking and was very, very angry. With red eyes and false tears, he broke the butter pot and took the butter away to eat nicely in a quiet corner all by himself. So, if you see this picture here, see, this is Sage Narad, and here these two boys, Nalkuvera and Manigriva, they are playing in the water, and Sage Narad visits over there. And see, we are going to see what happens next. So now Krishna he's upset because his mother put him away, and she ran after that, that to take off the milk of the fire. So Krishna was upset. And Mother Yashoda came back from the kitchen and saw the broken pot, but did not see Krishna. After looking everywhere, she found her naughty little son had taken even more butter from a swing she had hung from the ceiling. By this time, he was covered with butter he had eaten and was now feeding the rest to the monkeys. Krishna was looking this way and that in fear of being caught. His mother came with a stick and he ran as fast as he could. She chased him to all the corners of the house and yard. So, see, here is Mother Yashoda. She's chasing. She has the stick in her hand and she's chasing after Krishna. But he was scared of his mom. And finally, what happens? We're going to read next. Yashoda finally caught him and started tying his hands together with a rope, but it was a little too short by just 2 inches. So, because he was so naughty, he was running away, he was troubling her, she decided to tie him with a rope. And she is actually tying him to this thing which is called like it's called ukal, but it's in English we call it mortar. And it's used to make spices. That's what the gopis would use it for. So she just thought she's going to tie little Krishna to that mortar over there. And so she tried to tie him, but always what was happening was the rope fell little too short, and by about like 2 fingers, 2 inches. So she got more rope from the house, but found it was still not enough. She got more and more rope, but each time she tried to tie the last knot, she found it was always 2 inches short. She was perspiring and so tired. And how was this happening? So, seeing that Mother Yashoda was so tired, then Krishna finally let her tie him up with her rope without playing any more tricks. She left him tied up to the mortar and went inside to finish her housework. Okay, so we see the beautiful picture over here. Little baby Krishna, and Mother Yashoda has tied him up finally. Krishna thought to himself, first Mother Yashoda put me down without feeding me enough milk. I broke the pot of yogurt and butter which I gave away in charity to the monkeys, and then she tied me up to a wooden mortar. I shall have some fun and do something even naughtier than before. So little Krishna, dragging the wooden mortar behind him, crawled straight through the 2 Arjuna trees in the courtyard. So there were 2 Arjuna trees, and they were the same trees that Sage Narada had cursed those 2 sons of Kuvera. So they had turned into Arjuna trees. But the large wooden mortar turned crosswise and got stuck in between the trees. So still Krishna pulled and pulled the rope until the 2 trees fell down with a big sound. Crash! Out of the broken fallen trees came 2 beautiful demigods, Manigriva and Nalkuvera, shining like fire. At once they bowed down to baby Krishna to offer their prayers. So Lord Krishna, who was still tied to the wooden mortar by the ropes of Mother Yashoda, began to smile and said, "You are very lucky. The great devotee Narad Muni has blessed you with pure love for me. So this is your last time in the material world. Now you may go back to your father's house in the heavenly planets, where you will do devotional service to me and go back home to Godhead in this very lifetime." So now Lord Krishna, he was, still tied to the wooden mortar, and when he saw those 2 devotees, Manigriva and Nalkuvera, so he told them that you're very lucky, and that Narad Muni has given you, in the form of a curse, it's a blessing. That blessings of for what? That you receive pure love from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is none other than Krishna. So this is your last time, so you can go back to your father's house. So what did those 2 sons of Kuvera do? They bowed down again and again after walking around their beloved Lord, who was still bound with the ropes of Mother Yashoda. Then they left for their home. By this time, all the people from Gokul Vrindavan had come running to see what had happened. The small children playing there explained. Krishna came straight through the 2 trees, and the wooden mortar got stuck between. He pulled so hard the ropes that the trees finally fell down. And 2 very dazzling bright men came out of the trees and began to talk to Krishna. Nanda Maharaj just smiled and untied his wonderful child. Hare Krishna. So we see that how Krishna is very merciful towards his devotees. And this pastime is also called as Damodar lila. Damodar means Dam means rope. This rope that you see, Dam, and Udar means belly. So Damodar. So what Mother Yashoda tied him, and this pastime had happened, or it happens like around in the Kartik month. which is also called as Damodar month, because this lila happened around that time. And we always offer nice ghee lamps to Lord Damodar. We always try to remember this pastime, offer ghee lamps in the month of Kartik, and it's supposed to bring a lot of auspiciousness, a lot of blessings. So Damodar Leela is none other than this pastime. And we see how merciful the Lord is, Lord Krishna, because nobody can tie the Lord. So when his mother tried and tried and tried, she wasn't able to do it. But he was so compassionate and loving that he allowed, seeing the love of his mother, he allowed her to tie him up. So he allowed himself to be bound. And similarly, even, Manigriva and Nalkuvera, those two sons of Kuvera, now they were demigods. Kuvera is also a demigod. And he was also merciful to them, because he offered his, pure love to them, and they understood because what mistake they had done. And they were also delivered. So they also went back to their homes. So that was Damodar Leela. And does anybody have any questions?
Questions, then we will ask questions. So, did you all like the story? Okay.
Yes.
So you all have to tell one thing that stood out for you in the story and why. We'll start alphabetically. That's easy to do then, okay? So Ameya Sharat, are you there? I see Ameya's screen, but nobody is there. And we'll go with Asher. So what stood out for you in the story, Asher? And why?
How do the two demigods actually still alive even after being stuck in a tree for 36,000 years? That's what really stood out for me.
Haribol, yeah, that's a very nice observation. So yes, it was 36,000 years, a lot of time. And the way so we have to remember that when we say that me, so what is me is not this body, right? Because if I was this body, then why do I say this is my hand, right? I say this is my hand, right? And I don't say hand is me. I say this is my hand. So who is this person whose hand is this? That person is really me. And I don't know if you remember 3 years ago or 4 years ago when you were younger, you still would call yourself the same person. You won't think yourself any different. Same ways, your dad or mom or your grandparents, they don't feel any different. Like we don't feel that I'm still the same person I was 20 years ago. I may have learned some things, but we don't change. So who is this person? So that is the soul. So the soul never changes. So the soul of Nar Kuvera, Nar Manigriva, that is the real person, and that actually changes from one body going to the next body. So only the body changes. Bhagavad Gita tells us this information. The soul never dies. So the soul remains. And in the form of trees, there were special trees. There were these heavenly people who actually have a long lifespan. And also in earlier times, people used to have much longer lives. Now it's only 100 years or so. But in Dwapar Yuga, they used to be more like, there are four yugas. So in the earlier yugas, there used to be longer lives, but 36,000 is even more than just what used to happen in Dwapar Yuga, because they were special. They were blessed in a way. They were cursed, but still blessed in a way that they were special, and they had to still be there when Lord Krishna appeared so many years later. So that was special mercy of Narad Muni. So when great spiritual people like Narad Muni gives boons or curses, they are still for a good reason. So yeah, very good point. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? We'll take two more points. Lisa, you want to go first? Okay. Lisa. So unmute first. Yeah, go ahead.
The motor was 2 inches smaller.
Rope.
The rope was 2 inches smaller, and Krishna showed his divine nature.
Hari bol. That's such a wonderful observation and so true. So you said Krishna showed his divine nature, right? Because if somebody is trying to bind me, they will, bring this much rope and they can bind me. If not that much, they'll bring a little bit more and then they can definitely bind me so many times, right? Because I'm not divine. Krishna is divine. So actually, it is said all the rope, everybody, all the gopis tried to help Yashoda Maya and get her rope. So all the rope in Vrindavan was finished when they were trying to bind Krishna. They did not have any rope left in the whole of Vrindavan. All the houses, they brought their ropes to help Mother Yashoda. And still, every time it was only 2 inches too short. So then it's a different, wonderful story how finally Krishna gets bound. That's another story for another day. But yeah, then finally Krishna allows himself to get bound, and it shows his divine nature that he is not an ordinary person who can just be bound within regular rope. Yes, Sanvi or Darsh?
I would say that because Krishna is so strong that when the motor got stuck in the two trees, that he could pull it and the trees fell down to the ground.
Yes, yes, very nice observation. The motor was so heavy itself. It is like I don't even know how to compare it with, but it is a very big motor. If you see in that picture, it is bigger than the size, double the size, more than double the size of Krishna. So if you have ever tried to pull anything that's double your size, let alone a dining table or something, it's so heavy and difficult to move. And Krishna actually was pulling it behind him. He was just crawling. He was a baby and he was just crawling on the floor. And it was dragging this big, huge motor behind him. And furthermore, when it got stuck between two huge trees, they were very big. You could see them from different parts of Vrindavan. That's why when they fell, they made a huge sound. And everybody came to see what had happened, right? We read that how everybody came to see what had happened. So those trees fell and everybody came to see, but they fell because Krishna was so powerful. So the six main opulences or opulences of Krishna are there, which are so Krishna is all opulent. All the opulence means any special powers, kind of. And so Krishna has six main special powers. Um, One of them is opulence. He is the most opulent, and then itself, and he is also the strongest, most powerful of all, is what I was going to say. So Krishna is the most powerful. So very rightly said that he is the most powerful. He is so powerful that he could pull down as a baby two huge trees, and then yes, they turned out to be these spiritual forms of Managriva and um, Nalkuvera. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I think we will, Sheetal Mataji, you have anything else? If not, then we will go on to Kahoot then.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can go on to Kahoot.
Do we have time for Kahoot? All the kids, they want to do Kahoot, or if anybody has to leave, if they're getting late, they can leave. But we'll do, for others, we'll do a quick Kahoot quiz. Okay. Okay, let me pull up Kahoot. And this time it is from 2, 3 different topics. This is from 3rd chapter, some from 4th chapter, actually, maybe one question. And Mangalacharan. Okay, host live. Okay, I'll have to share my screen again. So give me 1 second. All of you can get whatever devices you're going to be using to play Kahoot. I think it gets slow when I'm hosting and sharing screen. It's opening up, I think. Can you all see the screen? It says loading.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, and you all have your devices ready?
Yes.
Okay, Rebowl. Okay, we'll take one more realization in the meantime then. Anyone else want to share anything from the story today?
I think Navya had her hand up.
Okay, Navya, go ahead.
It's just so nice how Krishna, how he let Mother Yashoda bind him, even though no one can bind him, just because he could sense her love, how much merciful he is.
Yes, Haribol. That's wonderful. So that's the main point that Shrita Mataji also said that it's not easy to bind Krishna. Is so many yogis, they practice mystic yoga for thousands and thousands of years, and they are still not able to bind Krishna. And the only way to bind Krishna is by the love of a pure devotee. So that's how they were able to, Mother Yashoda was able to bind by her love. So if you have true love for Krishna, then that can bind Krishna. I'm going to try to load this again because it's taking too much time. Most live. Okay, there we go. So classic mode, chapter 3. Okay. Let's see, start. Can you all see the pin now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
How do you join there?
So you go to Kahoot, and then you put in this game pin that is there.
Isn't
Do you
it
have another device? You need to have another device
I
to play Kahoot.
don't have other device right now.
Oh, okay. Can you ask your mom or somebody in the house for either another device like a phone or iPad just for 5-10 minutes so that you can play the game?
How can we change our names?
How can you change your names? I think when you join at that time, it gives you an option to change the name. When you put in the pin, then after that, it immediately gives you. So what if you have to change it right now, you may have to leave and join again with the pin. But you don't necessarily need to change.
Right. It's actually a good idea to join with your name. So we even know somebody
Yeah.
joined with you. YOU. You.
Okay.
That's me.
Who's
Oh, that
me?
is you.
Kaga?
Yes.
Actually, we don't know how to change the name. Actually, I also don't know. They
That is
decided.
okay, Prabhu. So the way to change would be if you have to change, you don't have to right now, but just so if you have to change anytime, it is you have to leave actually leave the game and then try to join again with the game pin. And when you join with the game pin, after that it gives you the option to change the name
Okay,
before
okay.
saying
Maybe
join.
Yeah, maybe next time. I'll leave now.
Yeah, sure. Hare Krishna for you.
Leave
Okay.
me.
How do you get on Kahoot, mommy?
I have your book, Prabhu. I'm going to bring it next time on May 3rd. I'll bring the Krishna book for you, for Raghav. Okay.
I think you go to kahoot.it. Is that correct? To join?
It.
I think Anaya is having trouble.
Okay. Anaya, did you get another device, or were
Yes.
you not? You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm
Okay.
getting,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Do I need to get it, install it on?
No, you don't necessarily need to. You can just go on a browser to kahoot.it.
Okay, okay. Let me, yeah. So does like every day we are playing this, like kids, like every
We
class?
try to, yeah, we try to after every class. We might change it to, like, sometimes we may do a song or something in the future. But right now, last few times we had been playing Kahoot.
Okay, so this is the pin 391.
Yes, Mataji, the 391-9357, and then you can put in a name, and that will let join.
My name.
So I think other kids are used to the Kahoot, so I'll just let you know, Anaya, if you haven't played before, that the idea is it's a multiple choice questions are there. You have to pick up an answer. Even if you don't know, pick something. The right answer gets more marks, and then the faster you click an answer gets you more marks. Okay, it's just a fun way to remember things. Okay, so I'm going to start now. Is everyone joined? Okay, so ready or not, here we start. Hare Krishna. So, first question is from Mangalacharan.
I know.
Okay.
Why do we start spiritual gatherings with Mangalacharan? One, it purifies the environment. Two, it is to say thanks to the teacher and Lord. Three, it is to remove obstacles and get spiritual strength, or all of the above. So what is the reason that we start our meetings with Mangalacharan? So most people got it right. And you were right for those who said, 5 people said it is to say thanks to teacher and Lord. That is correct. But the other two things are also correct, that it purifies the environment and it is to remove obstacles and get spiritual strength. So all these are correct answers. Next, so on top is Navya, then on the leaderboard is Tane, Sanvi, you, and Lisa. Next question. In the first verse of Mangalacharan, darkness refers to, now we had read this, darkness refers to knowledge, torch, ignorance, or eyes. So remember the first word of Mangalacharan? Some of us remembered it. For new people, it says, Om Magyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So yes, most people got it right. The darkness is used for ignorance. Om Agyana Timirandasya, the darkness, the darkness born of ignorance, and it is removed with the torch of knowledge by the spiritual master. So, a lot of movement in the scoreboard. So Navya, you and Asher on top, with Tane and Cutie Pie Mishi on the leaderboard. Next question is, in the second verse of Mangalacharan, we pay obeisances, respects to, who is it said for? Guru or spiritual master, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the second verse we had read, Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Only 2 people got it right. We had discussed this last time and the time before. I think you all were just in a hurry. So in the first verse of Mangalacharan, we pay obeisances to this guru or spiritual masters. That was the answer for the first verse. But in the second verse, we are paying obeisances to Srila Rupa Goswami. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name comes, but it comes in respects to Rupa Goswami, that we pay respects to Rupa Goswami, who knows the mind of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and is establishing the principles just told by him. Okay, so I am going to ask this question again next Kahoot, I think. A lot of people got it wrong. Okay, let's see. So Navya went down. You, Asher, got up. Good job. Tane and Cutie Pie, no change. In Mangalacharan's second verse, we are asking for a place near heart of Krishna, feet of Rupa Goswami, feet of Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or all of the above. So what are we asking in the second verse of Mangalacharan? I just said about it, so it should be easier now. We are asking. So again, only two people got it right. I think a lot of people got confused because a lot of times when all of the above is the answer, then they choose all of the above. But in the second verse specifically, we are asking for the lotus feet of place near the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, who knows the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So a lot of people who just went on test taking skills and not the question got this question wrong, I think. Next question, let's see. So Asher went up, Hari bol. You, and then a lot of people did not get much marks on this. So last two questions were difficult. So the second verse, we need to revise the meaning again, look at it once more, what it means, and really understand the meaning of it. Okay. The wind demon was called as, what is the name of the wind demon? Putna, Shatkasura, or Kamsa, or Trinavrata. What is the name of the wind demon? We looked at the picture today. I think we even mentioned the name today. So even if
Yes,
you're joining for the first time,
yeah.
you may have heard the name today itself. A lot of people got this right. Trinavrata, that is the correct answer. So the wind demon was Trinavrata. Putna was the first demon who was killed by Krishna. She tried to poison him. Shatkasura was the cart demon in the first chapter. He's the one who was sitting in the cart, and Krishna kicked the cart with his foot to kill him. And Kamsa will come later. Oh, we have some changes in the leaderboard. Darsh and Sanvi have come up. True or false? Krishna was only 1 year and few months old when the wind demon tried to kill him. Is that true or false? I think I said this answer also today about what was the age of Krishna. Was he only 1 year and few months old? Was he much older when he killed, when Trinavrata came? Or was he very young? So let's see who gets this. Most people got it right. It is true. Okay. So no changes in the leaderboard. Asher is still doing very well. It's on the top. Others are doing good too. Seventh out of 10. Krishna was given this name during the name giving ceremony. So this was one of the names when the name giving ceremony was there. Then this was one of the names given to Krishna at the time. Vasudev, Ram, Sankarshan, or Chaitanya. What was the name given to Krishna during the name giving ceremony, which was done in the barn? Yes, so a lot of people got it right.
How do you spell Kahoot?
Kahoot. Oh, did you get logged out?
Yeah, accidentally.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. Don't worry about it.
How? K-A?
Kahoot, Kahoot.it. So you can see on the screen on the bottom also it is written Kahoot.it. And the game pin is also written, which is 3919357. Okay, so Krishna was given the name Vasudev during the name giving ceremony. Rama was given to or his brother. He was called Balaram because he was also very strong, and Rama was used because he was giving pleasure to everybody. So Balram. Sankarshan is also another name for Lord Balram, and Chaitanya was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came in the 15th century, Krishna in the mood of Radharani, combined incarnation of Krishna and Radharani. Navya has come up a little bit. Okay, still 3 more questions to go. Ready or not? Here we go. 8 out of 10. The name giving ceremony of Krishna and Balram was performed by who performed the name giving ceremony of Krishna and Balram? Garg Muni, Kamsa, Nanda Maharaj, or Sandeepani Muni? Who performed the name giving ceremony? Who was the presiding acharya or person for the name giving ceremony of Krishna and Balram? He was somebody? Yes, Garg Muni. So Sandeep, who was Sandeepni Muni? Does anyone know? Sandeepani Muni was the
Krishna's teacher.
Hari Bol. 3 times Hari Bol for Raghav. That's an extra point question. Yes.
Haribol, Haribol,
Hari
Haribol.
Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Good
Haribol.
job. Okay. Second to last question. Oh, Navya regained the first place. Let's see. You, Sanvi, and Sareen and Soham are also on the leaderboard. And Sareen and Soham has a streak of 4 correct answers in a row. Flaming hot. Okay. 9 out of 10. Second last. When Mother Yashoda looked into the mouth of Krishna to check for dirt, she saw mountains, rivers, forests, air, sea, sky, whole universe, moon and sun, or all of the above. So, what did Mother Yashoda see when she looked into the mouth of Krishna? Which of these things were seen, or all of them were seen? What is the right answer? Okay, most people got it right. They saw, she looked into and she was bewildered because she saw in the small mouth of small little baby Krishna, she could see pretty much the whole universe, air, sea, skies, mountains, river, forest, moon, sun, everything was in the mouth. And she herself was sitting there with Krishna in his lap. Oh, Ananya has come up on the leaderboard. Okay. And Navya has highest answer streak of 5. Okay. Last question. Krishna and Balram used to steal butter and feed it to monkeys, cows, gopas, both A and C. So I think I did mention this also today when we were talking about it. Who all got the benefit of Krishna stealing butter? Did the cows eat it? Oh. I think this was a tricky question because everybody remembers the monkeys but don't remember the poor gopas. Because they're not even in the picture actually. So I don't blame you all. This was a little tricky because he used to feed it to monkeys and all the gopas, his friends used to be there. So Balramji at least and other gopas used to be there and they used to all steal the butter together. And then once they were full, then they will say. So on the podium, let's see who all are there. You is there in number 3, Hari Bol. Asher, number 2. And then number 1 is Navya. Okay, Hari Bol. And then we have Sanvi and Sareen and Soham also on the leaderboard, 4th and 5th. So good job, everyone. Thank you again for joining. Hope you all had fun. Any last thoughts or questions, or we'll stop with the chanting 11 times Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll say, we'll chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 11 times. I think you all remember it by now? We had spent one whole week trying to remember the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay, so let
Before
me
we
put it
start,
on.
Prabhuji, I just have one quick thing. I want to know, Rushang, where have you joined from, Rushang? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think so. Rushank, I see you on the screen. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you have joined from? I don't know if he is available. Okay, we'll start chanting. May not be available right now.
Okay.
So we'll all chant 11 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Vancha Kaltarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavibhyo, Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.